Welcome back to the YouTube. Today we're going to go through some of the most popular diets. Are they fads? Are they not? Who knows? My name is Reece Hallard. I've coached over 1,500 women to lose fat sustainably and keep it off for life. We wrote in articles like Forbes magazine and Apple News about our weight loss strategies. And today I'm going to react to some of the favorite diets in the YouTube world. Let's hit them with number one.
The Vision Diet uses blue lenses to make food appear less appetizing.
That's fucking ridiculous. I mean, the second you bite into it, if you like the food, you're gonna eat more of it anyway. I mean, that makes zero sense. I don't even know how a blue light is gonna make something less appetizing. If I see a cookie in a blue light, it's still gonna look nice to me. And as soon as I bite it, even if it looks unappetizing, I'm gonna taste it and think, shit, that tastes nice. So I think that's unsustainable. I can't imagine people go out to a meal with their friends, and when the meal comes out, they're like, 1 second, they whip out some blue glasses and start staring at their food. Kind of unsustainable. So yeah, I mean, that's ridiculous.
Talking of cookies, the cookie diet involves eating cookies for breakfast and lunch.
This was on an American news channel where apparently it's a hack to have cookies for breakfast and lunch. Goes without saying, but your nutrients into the body will be appalling. Your energy will be low, you'll get spots, you won't sleep great, your training will be awful, and people will say, oh, it's sustainable, you can keep it up. Of course you can, but what's even more unsustainable than a shit diet? Shit results. If you're not transforming, you won't stick to it. So the cookie diet, although it sounds great, and I for one would love to do it, the lack of results means it's unsustainable.
Slimming World.
Slimming world, let's ruffle some feathers. Your body is built on science. It's a law of thermodynamics. You lose weight through consuming less calories than you burn every day. Slimming World uses a method based on sins. You can eat as much of certain foods as you want to, but you can't have other foods. This is number one, demonizing certain food groups, which creates a bad relationship with food. A lot of members that join us come off the back of Slimming World, they have a bad relationship with food because they would demonize certain foods because they had too many sins. And if you overconsume on apples, you won't lose weight. The method don't make sense. You can eat 1,000 apples because they're sin-free, but you can't have a cookie. You'll still gain weight on healthy foods if you overconsume. So Slimming World shit as well.
The Mastication Diet requires excessive chewing and spitting food out.
Again, very unsustainable. I don't think you want to go out to a restaurant, chew your food and just... I mean, look, you know, I think this one goes without saying, it's just like a form of bulimia. You're not gonna eat your food and throw it up just as much. You're not gonna eat your food and spit it out. Now, some people can actually build genuine bad relationships with food and have this as an issue where I would recommend you actually see a professional. But eating food and spitting it out is number one, you're not going to get no nutrients into the body. You know, you actually need to eat food to enjoy food and get the nutrients into the body. But look, it goes without saying, it's an unsustainable way to diet and it's super, super unhealthy. Enjoy nice food, have the right balance of nutrients and whole foods. Together, you've got a great recipe for success.
Intermittent fasting.
You see, this one's an interesting one. For most women in particular, I don't recommend intermittent fasting. Women will fast themselves up to like 2, 3 p.m. But women have different physiology than men do and need more protein more frequently, especially when we go through perimenopause or when ladies go through perimenopause and they have the decline in sex hormones, progesterone, estrogen, and testosterone. Your accuracy with things like your protein timing becomes even more important. So intermittent fasting, look, it's just skipping breakfast. If you overconsume calories, regardless if you have it in a certain eating window, you're still gonna gain body fat. So can it be a method that's okay for some people? Yes, if it helps you bring your calories to a smaller window and therefore you eat less, it's okay. But don't go crazy fasting windows. If you push breakfast back to 10, 11, okay, not the end of the world. If you don't eat until like 2, 3 p.m., your body's missing nutrients it needs. So have a protein sitting a little bit earlier. So it's okay, but for most women, I wouldn't recommend it.
The Baby Food Diet.
This one is actually more popular than I actually first thought to believe. Lewis behind the camera said, we should talk about the baby food diet. I went, what grown-ass adult is eating baby food? I've done some research and turns out a lot of grown-ass adults are eating baby food. Now, as a human adult, you have a certain amount of food you need to be efficient in dropping body fat. Baby food diet is low in calories, low in nutrients, and small portions. You have that, over a period of time, your metabolism will tank. you're losing muscle tissue, you have zero energy, your activity is low, your training's crap. Burning body fat isn't just about the calories you intake, it's about the calories you burn. And you will be so much less efficient in burning calories by having baby food. You're a grown-ass woman. Eat enough food to fuel your body, to grow muscle tissue, be healthy and adherent to your life, and sustainability long-term. So baby food diet, I can't believe I have to say this, I wouldn't recommend it for a grown-ass woman.
Sleeping beauty diet suggests sleeping for extended periods to lose weight.
If you have to force yourself to sleep for extended periods just because you can't control your food, I would see a specialist or get a coach. If you are struggling with hunger and you consistently keep eating, there's other methods to reduce hunger without needing to just sleep all day long. Look, sleep is one of the most powerful tools for weight loss. It's gonna reduce your appetite, increase your energy, great for your metabolism. But if you're getting 7 to 9 hours of high quality, you don't need to push it to 14 hours just because you might be hungry. Focus on being hydrated, making the quality of your sleep better, having enough protein, and having high volume of low-calorie foods to suppress appetite and caffeine strategically placed throughout the day, as opposed to just going to bed in case you might eat more.
The keto diet.
If somebody has a specific health condition that requires the keto diet, go ahead. It is so unsustainable for most people. Carbohydrates are not the devil. Carbohydrates are great for fat loss. It's going to increase your energy, which you use to burn more calories in the gym. But it's also adherence. The best diet is the one you can adhere to. So if it's better to be consistently good than occasionally great. I would have carbohydrates in your diet because it's sustainable, enjoyable, and great for energy. And just make sure you're controlling your overall calorie consumption. Another thing with the keto diet, it gives you bad breath. If you don't want bad breath, avoid the keto diet.
The paleo diet.
Do you know what? The paleo diet is great. It's great, but I would just not put yourself in too much of a box. Yes, just focus on whole foods is perfect. But every now and again, if you have processed food, it's not the end of the world. I always say to our members the 80-20 rule. 80% can follow a paleo structure where you're having only whole foods, great foods, super healthy foods. But if 20% of your foods come from quote unquote junk or processed foods, that's fine. That keeps you consistent long term, even better. And for most women who are mothers, they have kids that might want to snack on chicken nuggets or whatever it may be, right? It's okay to have it in moderation. It's not going to be the end of the world. I think any diet that demonizes certain things is not sustainable long term. So for me, I would say it's a great structure, but don't put yourself into a box where you can't come outside, because that's when it becomes unsustainable and you may build a bad relationship with food.
The liquid diet.
One of my personal ones I hate the most. You see that a lot of dieting is psychological, right? If you psychologically feel satisfied with nutrition, you won't feel the need to overconsume. If I was to have 400 calories in a Huel shake, liquid, in comparison to 400 calories in a high volume meal, chicken, rice, broccoli, as a random example, I'll feel so much more satisfied eating a whole meal than I would drinking 400 calories, which would take me 30 seconds. I'd rather have it in food because psychologically it makes me feel a lot more satisfied. And the liquid diet is just so unsustainable. So I would not recommend that for a single person. And look, having some smoothies or protein shakes isn't a bad thing, but not having that as your entire diet. So based on the last 15 years coaching 1,500 plus women and building smart body performance, these are my opinion on diets for your everyday woman. Look, there's going to be certain diets that may work for certain people. So don't take this as gospel, because certain people may benefit from certain health conditions to one of these diets. But that's my opinion on diets for the everyday woman who wants a sustainable long-term transformation. And if you like this type of content, hit subscribe, comment what you'd like us to film next, and we'll see you in the next video.